But yeah.
What's poppin', players? Welcome back to the Piggy Bank, your casual gaming podcast. I am your host, Tavin Bothel, here with my good friend and co-host. Say hello to the people, Connor Elliott.
You don't say these words, Tavin.
No, I don't.
That's surprising.
No.
I've never heard these words spoken by you.
Well, this week I gotta say them because I showed up to work this week.
You did.
Yeah.
It's like you're sitting here
Uh-huh.
and not here.
Like I do every week.
That's not true.
Right. Because when it's not true, Connor, and I don't show up, nothing happens.
That's
nothing
not
gets
true.
Done. Nothing gets done when I'm not
Reactor
here.
guy. I've reacted. I've done some videos as well. I've missed like
there was one games cast where you did it solo. Good job on that. But what happened like a few weeks ago when something happened to me? I forgot what happened.
Because I was at the other house. And
Oh,
there was a
that's
whole
right.
transition,
Yeah.
And it just it was a whole circumstantial situation.
Sure.
Yes. What? You denying that? See, I show up today, and I still, it's always the next thing. It's always the next thing.
Thank you for showing up to work today, Connor. How's your week been, fun?
Good.
Yeah?
You know what? It's been okay.
It's been okay?
I won't say that, actually. I've had to engage with a game.
Oh.
That's not bad.
No.
But I'd rather engage with other games.
Sure.
But that's a small thing. Other than that, it was great.
Two-Penny Game Club every beginning of every month.
I never said anything about that.
We review games of yore.
No. Oh, I was talking about I played Death Stranding. It's such a boring game that I fell asleep.
Yeah, right.
Did I not fall asleep during that game?
It was the most hilarious thing because you had told me. I came to you and I said, hey, because we have to play Metal Gear Solid 4 for our video game book club, the Two-Penny Game Club, which we do every month, right? Mm-hmm. So it's Metal Gear Solid 4 time, so we got to play that. And I'm the only one in the group who has Metal Gear Solid 4. So I put my PlayStation 3 in the living room. I said, hey, man, whenever you need to play it. And so the other night, I go to you and I say, hey, man, are you going to play some Metal Gear tonight? And you said, maybe. Why? Are you going to? And I was like, well, I'm just looking for an excuse to play some more Claire Obscure. And so Connor graciously was like, oh, well, then I'll play Metal Gear Solid 4. And I was like, okay, great. Hours pass by. I play plenty of Expedition 33, having a great time. That game is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? I stay up real late playing it. It's about 4 a.m. Then I finally turn it off, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting ready for bed. And I step out, and I'm like, Connor has not touched Metal Gear at all. So I go to antagonize you, as I do.
Yes.
And so I enter your room. Your ass fucking knocked the fuck out. And what do I see on the screen? That's right, Death Stranding. Death Stranding on the screen.
Not even the first 30 minutes of the game.
Oh, dude, you didn't even make it to the first base. that takes like maybe 5-10 minutes, depending on how long that cutscene is.
A lot of games, when I start them for the first time, it's like, all right, I'm getting, like, it's making me stay awake if I was a little bit tired. Not Death Stranding. Not bad.
I don't think that's Death Stranding's fault.
Not Death Stranding.
I think you were just tired and you needed to go to sleep.
And there's no gunfire going off. There's no cool action sequences. It's just,
why would there be?
Exactly.
It's a game about delivering packages.
Exactly. So it's boring. What's the point? But no, I'll pick that up again after playing Metal Gear Solid 4 a bit more, enjoying myself playing that game.
Yeah,
yes.
We're currently playing that one. I'm through Act 2. I'm done with Act 2. You're about half-ish way through Act 2.
Which, by the way, Tavin, because I was halfway through Act 2, but something happened.
Yeah.
And I wonder where I am in Act 2.
Well, you're still halfway through.
I still am halfway through. I didn't know if it was less halfway through or more halfway through.
Well, someone might have accidentally saved over your save file, now forcing you to play on hard mode. But someone also may have saved over it at in an inopportune time. So I may have had to play the opening parts of that level again for you.
Oh, really?
I got because the earliest save file was the end of Act 1. So you'd still have mission briefing and the beginning parts of it. Oh yeah, you'd skip all those cutscenes. Yeah. So after I had literally just done the beginning of Act 2, I did it again. And got you back to where you needed to be, and then reloaded my save file and continued.
Did you get my M60?
Probably.
Better have gotten my M60.
I don't know.
That's what I was happy about.
I don't know. I didn't buy it.
No, you don't buy it. I don't think you do. Well, you probably can.
I don't know. I don't know if I picked it up or not. I picked up all the little goodies in the beginning area. One of those is like a little flower that helps improve your sight gauge. That's a very useful flower.
Is it an item?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just like equip it, and then your sight goes up. And you're like, all right.
There
It
you
just like slowly goes up. I'm like,
Well, yeah, because there is a.
so now you gotta play on hard mode. Is the gist of that?
I'll get over that.
Yeah.
Did you know that flowers and houseplants are good to keep in where you live because it improves your mood?
Sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Scientifically proven.
Yeah.
So the flower makes sense.
It does. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Someone did some
Almost like,
horticultural.
Kojima knows how to use Google.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if that was knowledge then. On Google.
Back in 2008.
2008. Yeah, could have not been.
Connor, have you been playing anything else?
No.
No. Okay, because I want to talk about some Clair Obscure Expedition 30. Just a little bit, because I talked about it 2 weeks ago, last week, and so I can't. I'm further now. I've gotten through Act 1, which if you've spent any time on the internet, you know that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of got a little spoiled for me, but not like fully, but just a little bit. And so, yeah, there's a big gameplay change up after Act 1. And so I'm very excited to dive into Act 2 and play it more. The game also seems to be opening up more. It was, kind of open already, but it seems like it's like, oh, we are really going to let you have access to the map in a lot of different interesting ways. This game makes me feel like how Final Fantasy VII made me feel when I first started playing it. Where I'm playing it and I'm having a great time. I'm like, oh man, these characters are cool. This world is interesting. And then something happens. In the case of FF7, it's you leaving Midgar. And you go, oh shit. Oh, there's a whole open world here, like a whole world map to explore. That's crazy. And then the next step is you get the truck, right? And then the next step is the tiny Bronco, and then eventually you have a big ship and so forth. So right now I'm probably in the trucks. No, I'm probably in the tiny Bronco set of pacing here. Maybe somewhere around there.
But you can fly, I thought.
Eventually, yeah, because they showed that off. I'm not to the flying part
okay.
yet. I'm not to the flying part yet. So yeah, I'm continuously impressed and excited, and the more the game unveils its layers, the more and more interesting it gets. I love the combat so much in this game. That is definitely the shining star part of this game. The characters are great. The story so far is good. I don't think it's a phenomenal story, but it's good story. It does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
But that combat, oh my god, man. Especially if you take the time to really explore some of the nooks and crannies of the open world, you're going to find fights that are really going to challenge you. And some of them get a little silly. Some of them get a little goofy. And I love it for that. And very often, a lot of these fights are, hey, fuck you, come back later.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes I've been able to overcome that. And sometimes I haven't. There was one example where I was like, all right, I'm locking in. The next 45 minutes are me and this fucking fight until my spirit breaks or he breaks. And I broke him.
Very
and then
quick. You broke him.
Yeah. And then sometimes it's like, I could just I don't need to be here, right? I don't need to fight this pink looking motherfucker right now.
You say it like that. I know from what you told me, it was not a matter of I shouldn't be fighting this guy. It's that you couldn't. You couldn't beat him.
No.
You couldn't beat him.
No, I only fought against him once or twice. I didn't even try that.
And then
hard.
and you realized you couldn't beat him.
No.
And you moved
if
on.
I feel like I could beat him, I beat them.
So you couldn't beat them because you didn't beat them. Sounds like I just, you're trying to run away from it. It's okay. It's okay. This is how these games work sometimes. I don't
want to hear judgment from you. All right.
Hey,
you don't even know how to get a parry off.
Sometimes I will. Yeah. Some people can't fight the pursuer from Dark Souls 2. No shame in it. You can't do it.
Did you fight the pursuer from Dark Souls?
Not the first time, but the second time though, I did.
That's fucking hilarious. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is the Piggy Bank. Every week we come to you with when we play some mini games. We're gonna jump into one here in just a second, and then we also talk about the games that we've been playing, like we just did. But of course, you can find this show every Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Time. YouTube.com/@TwoPennyGames and mainstream podcast services of your choice. Of course, you can also watch us record it live over at twitch.tv/TwoPennyGames, where we record every one of our podcasts Monday afternoon, including, obviously, the Piggy Bank and the Two Penny Games cast, and at the beginning of each month, the Two Penny Game Club, which we did try to do last week. We recorded a 2-hour review of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Audio got fucked up. We had to redo it. So there is a broken out review of The Legend of Zelda to Breath of the Wild for the Two Penny Game Club. It's just not attached to the Games Cast like it normally is. So you got to go watch that over at youtube.com/@TwoPennyGames.
Done well. If you had seen the view count was 200 last I saw. So
Yeah,
pretty nice.
It's doing all right. I'm actually kind of surprised because other times that I've criticized Zelda Breath of the Wild, nobody paid attention.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this it just takes sometimes. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. You can
Anyway,
also
so go watch that to see all of our reviews and our updated 2025 thoughts on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Connor, we're going to jump into our first mini game here.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yes, sir.
Are you even ready for that?
Partially. No, mostly. We're
I don't
gonna
think
find
you
out. So
can.
here we go. Connor, we're gonna do a little bit of landscaping.
We are going to do a little bit of landscaping.
A little bit of landscaping.
Not me though.
Not you.
Which is
me.
per usual.
I'm bringing up the landscaping this time. I'm going to jump into our show doc chat here, which you can see on screen now. And I'm going to throw pictures in there as I feel. You're going to tell me what game these pictures are from. I've chosen 5 different landscapes for you to decide. Can you figure out where these landscapes come from in a video game? But this edition of landscaping is a special one. We're doing a beach show, a beach episode, you know?
Yep.
So it's going to be 5 different beaches. Can you guess where these beaches from video games are from?
I think so. I think I'm pretty good at guessing beaches.
Connor, I'm going to start you off pretty easy with beach number 1.
I am watching the screen. There's 2 things this could be. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, easy.
Easy, he says. You got this one? Are you sure?
Yeah?
Be sure.
Yeah, I think
You
I'm
gonna lock it in?
I am.
All right, what do you
Alrighty.
got?
I think this is from Kingdom Hearts.
It is Kingdom Hearts, Connor. That is
The
Destiny
Island.
Island.
Destiny Island,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir. And now, Connor.
That's easy.
That's easy?
I told you it was, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, if that's so easy, well, then maybe you'll be able to figure out this one here.
For a second, I thought it was...
Round number 2, what is this?
I don't know. I can't see it.
What is this beach?
Ooh. Ooh. I should know this. I should know this. Dwarf.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you can't be serious.
War-torn beach. Blood, bodies, and smoke.
Okay, I have an idea of...
Fire.
So the health symbol I don't recognize,
Right.
but I think I know what this is. It's going to be a weird pick that
Okay.
you probably won't expect because
Uh-huh.
it's probably not true. Is this Resistance?
This is not Resistance, Connor.
Damn.
You got it
Dishonored
wrong.
then?
No. What? No.
Yeah, I was like...
This is Call of Duty. Normandy Beach. Now, the website I
Too
pulled
easy.
it from said this is Call of Duty World War II. I don't know if that's true because it's got a health bar, and a Call of Duty game hasn't had a health bar in a long time. So
I think that they changed it at one point with one of the newer games.
World War II is what they said that this game was. So maybe it's that.
I
So,
believe that.
Call of Duty
It looks more updated, too, than any other World War II game they've done.
World War II. So now, Connor, round 3. This will be an interesting one. Let's see if you can get this one. This will be really interesting. This is a little more dynamic here.
Oh.
The beach. Can you figure out what beach this game is from?
Ooh. I had a really weird first thought,
Uh-huh.
but it's not that.
Okay.
Because I'll say it. Kingdom Hearts 3, but there's more of a weird color thing going on in the background from that one. Well, there's... Ooh, that is The Last of Us Part 2. No, it's dark. It's not. It's dark in the back when that happens.
It's
dark in the back.
So are you retracting that
Oh
one?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
You're retracting that one,
because you didn't give the answer yet. This is
Yeah.
all just. These are all thoughts, you know.
Don't look at the chat. The chat's already got it. So don't look at the chat.
Yes.
You can do it.
Is this a game that's even out?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely it is.
Hmm.
Been out for some years now.
Been out for some. That's not Death Stranding. It is not Death Stranding. It is. Yeah. Shouldn't have said this game was easy. Because beaches are all just like, what are they? Sand and water.
A lot of that is
Sand
a
and
beach.
water.
Some sand and some water.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and they're
Some
like
sand and some water.
photorealistic beaches. I thought you were gonna have some kind of like.
I'll say for this game, it was really hard to get a picture of the beach without a character in it. I wanted a different type of picture, but I couldn't get one without an obvious like giveaway in the image. So
Right.
I had to go for this one.
and I keep wanting to say Destiny, not Destiny. The giant planet makes me reminds me of the Traveler, but that wouldn't make sense. Would it? No, we wouldn't. You would pull something more.
Pull something here. You
Death
get
Stranding.
it. You get, huh?
Death Stranding.
Connor, you're right. That is Death
shit.
Stranding.
Okay.
That is, in fact.
There's a giant moon? I guess there is.
There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
happening. There's a lot of content. I wanted a more normal picture of the beach.
Death Stranding.
Death
yeah,
Stranding. All right, Connor. Maybe you'll have a little bit more luck. Number 4.
No, we'll see. We'll see.
Here we go.
Okay. The art style's throwing me. Okay, it's Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah?
Costa del Sol.
It is, in fact, Final Fantasy VII Costa del Sol.
I forgot that the backgrounds don't look like the characters do. So it looks like
they're a little more like, I don't even know what to say. Like I almost thought maybe like an Animal Crossing might get you thrown off here or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. There goes Phil in the chat. Super Mario Sunshine. You know, the fool show up to work, Phil.
That's his favorite video game.
So here we go. Final round, Connor. Done well. You've only missed one.
I've only missed one.
You've only missed once. You're doing real good here.
That's
So
more
let's
than
see.
I passed more than I failed.
Let's see.
At the end of the day.
I have 2 different versions of this image because of how the screenshotting worked. So hold on. Let me. Does what it needs to do.
You see, I've never had this problem with landscaping. I've
Let me
just
see. Yeah, you've never had a problem with that.
I've not. It's you know,
All right, that's not gonna
one image is always going to do it. I don't have to combine 2. That almost looks like another Final Fantasy game.
Almost.
Almost. Ooh, this is barely a beach. It's one of the lamer looking beaches.
It's not a great beach to hang out on. I'll be honest.
I guess it's a good beach in the context of it's a realistic one because a lot of beaches look like this.
Sure. Yeah.
Mhm. I can't help but think Final Fantasy. But which one?
But which one, Connor? Are you sure?
'Cause I feel like
Final Fantasy?
I feel like you're throwing me a curve. Because this is something. No, because this was made with 2 people in mind, and I would have to. Like, it's something that we had to have both been able the chance to get. Ideally. So
Maybe.
this is. Oh shit! No, that's not Persona. There's no way that's Persona. Damn. You know what? I'm gonna cheat.
You're gonna cheat?
I'm going to cheat.
How you can't cheat, Connor?
I am going to look at my phone.
What are you gonna look at?
My phone.
What is there to look at?
A closer image.
Oh, you're pulling up the image on your phone.
Yes. All right. Japanese. See, I thought it was Japanese, and it is. At least it's a language that's supposed to look Japanese, which would indicate it's a Final Fantasy game. Or is it a Shenmue game?
A Shenmue game?
Shenmue game, yes. I've never played Shenmue, and this seems like the...
Where are you getting Japanese? Is there something in the image here that's
There's
Japanese?
banners that have Japanese
Japanese
letterings on
them.
there.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? I'll just say it. It's not it, but it just looks so much similar. I'm going to go Final Fantasy 15.
Connor, this is not Final Fantasy 15.
It's not even Final Fantasy, is it?
It's not. No. This is Persona 4.
No, it's not.
This is Shichiri Beach of Persona 4. Now, you may be saying, oh, Persona 4 doesn't look this great. This location does. I had to, because I saw this image and I was like, that's not what that beach looks like. And then I went and I saw it with the characters in it and I was like, oh, no, that is what that beach looks like. Oh, okay.
I'm guessing in the context of the game, it's very contrasted with the character models in that environment.
Yeah, I think there's a different like angle that it cuts to then have the characters walk around on the.
It's like they had a different artist come in and just do this one area, and they did better than everyone else did on their own.
Sometimes that happens. Or maybe
I just saw the file code.
Tavin would never pull Shenmue. Never.
He would never.
I don't know anything about a Shenmue.
How would you see the file code?
Probably when it loaded in. Probably watching this one.
Well, I won.
Sure, if you want to.
Look at that.
You know, you got 3 out of the 5 right, Connor. So you did well.
3, 2.
You did well. 3 out of the 5.
Yeah.
You did all right.
I'll give myself applause for that one. Yes. Now, I'm in the Final Fantasy mood.
Yeah.
because for those of you that are interested, Magic the Gathering is having Final Fantasy cards come out. Their Final Fantasy set. And it's actually really cool.
Oh, I saw a headline about this.
I'm assuming you saw the Nomura.
Nomura headline?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool because some unreleased artwork from Yoshitaka Amano, I believe of Terra, that was the one I was thinking of, is a part of the card. She's the main protagonist, or at least the most like the main protagonist in Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI has this thing where even though she's the poster character, Terra, it doesn't really try to stress that she's the main character. She just kind of ended up being that way through marketing, and because she has such a good design, and she's such a great character, she ended up, I guess, over time, becoming the main character of Final Fantasy VI. And so there was great artwork of her on her card that's being released. Magic the Gathering has this game mode called Commander, where you have a commander who is in charge of basically an entire deck, and they synergize together. And they often do pre-constructed decks of commanders whenever they release a new set, and so each, of course, since it's a Final Fantasy, a Final Fantasy deck, they are headed by Final Fantasy characters, and I am going to get the Cloud deck, and I'm looking forward to getting all those spicy little Final Fantasy cards with the great art in it. But one of them that I will not be getting in that deck is Sephiroth, and Sephiroth had his own card, of course. No, it is not that one. Basically, this card in question is a flip card. So you flip it over, and there's a different design. And the design of Sephiroth in here had to be edited according to the artist who did it, Nomura, famous for, of course, Final Fantasy VII, but also making Kingdom Hearts. No. Oh, yeah, no, it's not that one. They have a couple Sephiroth ones, as you might imagine.
There's a lot of Sephiroth cards.
Fabled hero. Fabled soldier. But either way, there's a flip card showing his form that he takes in the original Final Fantasy VII when you're fighting his boss.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And something about it was edited, according to Nomura, to avoid... He didn't say avoid spoilers, but he said it in a way where it was obviously to avoid spoilers for what people are theorizing is something that they're going to play around with in Part 3 of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, so I've got a GameSpot.com article right here by Jason Finelli. Who is talking about it. Let me say, Nomura says that he specifically designed the art to match up vertically. If you manage to get two of the same card and line them up, you'll see how the original illustration looked. However, Nomura commented that one of the halves may seem different to eagle-eyed FF7 fans. There is also a reason the design of Safer Sephiroth is different from the original game. But I unfortunately can't share more about that.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
To your point, Phil, yes, the Yuna and Titus one is very nice. I'm assuming you're doing the one where it's them laughing together, because Titus is one of the other characters who has his own commander precon that Yuna is not in, but there's other cards.
So there's an image here. So which one are we talking about here? Are we talking about this version of him?
No, I think
we're talking about the full God version of him.
I think that one. There was another art that looked like, because very often Magic the Gathering will do different types of arts. Like, they'll have their main...
His wing is very different.
It is?
Well, in the original game, it's just a white wing.
I see, yeah.
But here's the thing. Of his normal version here, that's a black wing, which that symbolizes specifically remake version of Sephiroth.
Yes.
Because, one, the original version of Sephiroth didn't have a wing. And two, if he did, it was white. This one's black, which means remake.
They did do Advent Children. They had him a wing in that one, but
was it black or white? I don't remember.
It was black.
It was black.
It was like a black feather,
because that's how he gets it. That's how he gets the black one is when he comes back in Advent Children.
Yeah,
and then of course, the ending of that movie puts him in a different station.
Exactly. And so I'm trying to find, because I thought I saw a different art that involved him, but I guess no, that was it.
I've seen a bunch of. I mean, like when I did a Google search, like I showed you, it was hard. It was hard to find the specific one they were looking for just off of a quick Google. I had to actually find what I needed.
This one was them. Okay, so this is the full picture.
Okay.
Connected together. I'm assuming that's what he was talking about when you put them up together. I'm curious. So, know what I think it's going to be? Sephiroth, with Final Fantasy VII Remake, they do a lot of weird timeline stuff. I think we're going to have to fight two Sephiroths. There's going to be two at some point. Maybe different formed versions of
And we
Sephiroth.
kind of technically, slight spoilers, we kind of technically did that in the last game.
But like more like they're right next to one another, and they're like, "Hey, we're giving a thumbs up to the screen, and we're about to kill Cloud." Yeah, I have no clue, but yeah, I'm so looking forward to this Magic set, and I'm looking forward to whatever Final Fantasy shit comes out in the future. What are you looking at?
Why is he saying get all different colored chocobos? I know this.
There you go. Well,
I did this. It's how you platinum.
no, in the cards.
Oh, in the cards, you can
Yeah.
get a bunch of different colored chocobos.
One of the other
Oh,
cool
okay.
things is
Are they like filler cards or like
oh well, they
stuff
might
to just kind of throw on your battlefield real quick?
no. There seem to be like they're probably actually important cards because Sid famously is in every single Final Fantasy game in different versions of the character, and they have, of course, have a Sid card, and I can't remember what exactly it does, but they have 15, I think, 15 different, 16 different versions of the same card, all with the art being different Sids from different Final Fantasy games. And so I'm assuming, like, for example, Sid from Final Fantasy 16 has his own card. Where
Right.
it's,
Yeah,
his own
but
art.
like that came in later, right? Like
What? Sid?
like 1 through, I don't know, Final Fantasy like 1 through, I don't know, 4 don't have Sids.
They do. They do, I believe.
I don't think because Final Fantasy 1 is literally just like white mage.
But no, not a main, like,
Blue
Sid's
mage.
not always a main character in the
Oh
party.
yeah, no. Oh, okay. So,
In one of them, in 12, he's a villain. Of course, in 16, he's your ally, but I guess you do fight with him. He's in your party, technically.
Sid is a not. Oh, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, because I
It
don't
looks
know.
Like, wait a minute.
He has to be in 1. I remember seeing Sid in Final Fantasy 4.
So I've got a chart up of all the Sids in all of the Final Fantasies. In Final Fantasy 1, it's just a text box that says it was built by one of our ancestors, a man by the name of Sid.
Okay.
And
so,
then in all the others, there are character arts for Sids in
Yes.
the rest of them.
yeah, because in 4, he's the one who has the ship, doesn't he? Yeah. 7 Sid's the best. You know, that's just true.
You think so?
It's actually not a given.
16's pretty dope.
16 pretty dope,
16
yeah.
Sid's pretty
And
dope.
honestly, with how they use him in 6, he's very cool in that one as well. You wouldn't know, though.
I've played one Final Fantasy game. I've just played, a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, seven's a great game. You should play 7 if you've never played 7.
We reviewed it
We did.
on the Game Club,
Indeed.
where we ranked it amongst every other game that we played.
Yeah.
Did it do good?
Gotta go watch it, find out.
It did good.
It did real good.
And Tavin's right. There is a Spider-Man set that's also coming to that. That's stupid because Magic the Gathering is about fantasy and shit like that, not
Sure, yeah.
Marvel.
Right.
Which, that's a whole other issue.
Marvel decidedly nonfiction.
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 Well, I didn't say I said fantasy, like, in terms of fantasy. And when you know what I mean when I say
Whatever.
fantasy.
Like, Cyberpunk 2077 has magic cards. Like,
No, it doesn't. Fallout does.
oh, is it Fallout?
Yes.
Cyberpunk has something.
I don't believe so. Oh, there was like a cyberpunk set, but it wasn't cyberpunk.
Oh, okay.
It was just kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
My mini game?
Yeah.
Now, Tavin, we have played some games and we reviewed them ourselves, ranked them ourselves, and the Metacritic score, which we always bring up,
Indeed.
is really high.
Sometimes.
Unnecessarily so.
Sometimes.
Yes. So, kind of hard to tell.
Like the score for the last game we reviewed and the score for the next game we're gonna review. So
Well, the difference here, though, is I'm not doing the highest rated games or anything like that. Just,
Okay.
It's hard to tell what game is ranked above which game, based off of Metacritic's own guidelines. But you're going to have to guess which ones have a higher score. In Meta Battle, where I'll just bring up 2 games. Usually I go with the generic meta score, and you have to guess which one's the higher number, but sometimes I go to user score.
Sometimes it's too low. When is there a case where it's too
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, though that's definitely...
I meant in the game club, specifically in a game that we've done in the game. You don't know that it's too low for Rising Revengeance.
I do, it's like 77 or something like that.
Oh, that's too low.
Yeah, that was a game I remember when it came out. It had a lot of detractors, but one of those that, like, as time went on, partly, I think, because of like the meme culture that surrounded that popped up around it. But I do think that just made people play the game more, and they got their hands on it and were like, "This is just a fun ass fucking game."
I think also the lack of like Kojima in
That's-
it.
yeah.
You know, like because he he did story treatments and so forth. But when Platinum took over that production, they basically made it their own.
They did.
But he's still involved in it. But
Is he though?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But not as much. And I think like at the time, MGS4 was the final Metal Gear game. Like,
Yeah.
it was widely advertised as the finale. There wasn't going to be any more. This was it. No more. We're done after this one. And then that didn't happen. So my point saying that is Rising Revengeance kind of like, I think in some people's eyes, not ruined the ending, but like it was illegitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will take it back. It got higher. 80. Should be higher.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine, yeah. Should be higher. Weirdly enough, and it does this too.
Not by a whole lot, though.
Oh, well, that's the thing, is some of the reviews because that's for PS3.
Uh-huh.
And Metacritic has, of course, different reviews for different consoles.
The platform.
But sometimes it doesn't really make sense. I guess controller-wise, that's what you're talking about, because the PS3 controller is worse than the Xbox 360s, and the 360 version has an 82, and the PC has an 83, which I get.
That's where I would have expected it to land, is
mouse,
like an 83. Yeah.
So that's more respectable. 80's
There's
too
no way they're playing that game with a mouse.
low. What?
There's no way you're playing that game with a mouse.
It's very good with a mouse. Wait,
No way.
Oh, no, it's not. No. The mouse is good. The rest of the things are not.
I can only think of like one way where the mouse is good, and that's when it like slows down and you like pick your cut. Like that's the only time I can imagine a mouse being
true.
worth doing.
Never mind.
Other than that, no.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it back then, okay?
All right, take it back, fucking bitch.
All right, you're going to lose this game.
Okay.
Go ahead and guess for me, what is higher?
What are we doing?
Meta Battle. I described it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess what's higher.
You are going to guess what is higher. The Midnight Walk, a new release, versus another new release that has a big similarity, South of Midnight, the Midnight Games. Which is higher, Tavin?
I have no idea. I don't know what this midnight walk is. So
it's that weird, like it's the jarhead looking guy, and you're like guiding him through this like. It has a really unique art style.
Can I Google it?
Yeah, go for
All
it.
right, let me Google it.
I thought you would have known because it did look interesting to me, and did it do well?
The Midnight Walk survival game.
You're kind of like guiding this little jar guy with a
fucker.
shooter. Yeah, and
It's
it's dark and gritty looking, but not really in a scary way.
Well, I got the IGN review score, and I've got the Steam review score, so...
Well, that doesn't mean anything when you compare it to the other game,
Right.
South of Midnight.
Right. I'm going to go the Midnight Walk.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Not by a lot. The Midnight Walk does have a higher score with a 79 compared to the 77 of South of Midnight.
The IGN and Steam both gave it 9s.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of weird that they did because the user score is 8.7 on the Midnight Walk and 6.7 for South of Midnight. And I would think if it's getting that high of a user score, it's getting 9s from IGN, it would be higher than a 79. But I don't know. Strange. Oh, well. You win that one for now. You're going to lose this
It's an
next
aggregate review score site, so,
Yeah,
everybody else was just low on it.
I guess so. You like Tom Clancy games?
A couple of them, yeah.
You especially like Ghost Recon games. Oh, you're gonna.
I've played 2.
Which ones?
Ghost Recon, not Advanced Warfighter. That was a Medal of Honor game, wasn't it? Future Soldier.
Yes.
And I can't remember the name. It was one of the older ones.
I bet during those PS2 era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
remember what that one
don't
was.
think about those because it is Future Soldier
Okay.
versus Wildlands.
Oh, that's tricky. I did play. I think I played like the demo of Wildlands. I didn't really care for it, but everybody else game in it do well. Oh, if Future that well, I liked it, but I was also a dumb child. I would have liked.
Well, Future Soldier was amazing. It was. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You got this thing with nostalgia where you just let it.
The multiplayer was very, very fun. I remember that. And the customization of the weapons was very
I do remember the
entertaining.
customization of the weapons being a point in that game.
High point.
I'm gonna go.
Your
I
noise
want to
gate
say
is
I want to say Wildlands is like low 80s. Feel like Future Soldier's gonna be. I'm gonna go.
your noise gate is not completely being picked up.
Oh, my bad. I want to say Wildlands is not. I'm gonna say Wildlands. Wildlands is higher. Higher.
Good guess and wrong.
Oh,
Yes, by a more substantial amount than you might think. Because I was expecting Wildlands to be better received. Tom Clancy's Future Soldier, Future Soldier got a 79 compared to Wildlands 70. User score for Future Soldier was 7.3, and for Wildlands it was 6.5. And I remember, same as you did, that it got a lot more fanfare than this review score would indicate. But I guess Metacritic is not the best way to determine whether a game is a particularly high quality.
well, the people will like things, and then the critics will be critics about things. So
And a majority of people still positively rated it. It's in the green, but not enough to get it out of the yellow.
I didn't like it. I thought it felt like crap to play.
Future Soldier?
Wildlands.
Oh, Wildlands. Okay, fair enough. Probably did, because they've stopped making them since then.
Well, they made another one, and that one did not do well.
No.
Breakpoint, I want to call
Something
it.
like that.
Yeah.
We won't have to think
Had
about that.
John Bernthal in it. Nobody liked it.
Did. No,
Nobody
no,
liked it. Nobody had fun with that one.
What are you going to do, right?
Hey.
Now, two big games.
Uh-huh.
Big games.
Big games.
Rise, Son of Rome.
Okay.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better remember that.
Xbox One launch title.
Yep.
Yep.
Versus.
The further we get away from Xbox One, the more confusing the naming for that console is. Why did they call it that?
No one liked it at the time.
Nobody likes it now.
Yeah. Versus the famous Marvel's Avengers.
Ooh.
Which one's a winner and which one's a loser in this case? Huh?
Oh, that's a good one, Connor. Okay. Marvel's Avengers versus Rise, Son of Rome.
Let me tell you something, Bernthal.
Now, Marvel's Avengers, infamously, not a great game. I liked it for what it was, but it was not a great game.
Fun game, I guess.
I had fun with it, but it had a lot of problems. It was not the best made game, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun to play the different characters. I thought they all controlled differently.
Mhm.
Most of them controlled really well. Rise, Son of Rome, really more of a tech demo than a video game.
It's one where public opinion has become more positive.
I don't agree.
Don't agree.
No, why would no?
When's the last time?
Why would you even say that about Rise?
When's the last time you've heard anybody talk about Rise, Son of Rome?
More often than most people should. No, Rise, Son of Rome, is a game that's just going to be forgotten to time. It wasn't offensive though, and some people were offended by Marvel's Avengers.
That's for user score though, more than it is for Metacritic score.
I mean, even in the reviews, it was kind of that way. But there were some reviews that did like the game. Rise, Son of here's the thing: is that the opinions on Avengers ran the gambit, right? There were people who nobody was giving it like 9s and 10s, but there were people who liked it. It may have even gotten up to an 8 in some cases, and there were people who really didn't like it. And, were giving it like 4s and stuff like that.
It's all because of Square Enix.
Much like the most recent Star Wars game, Star Wars Outlaws. That game sucks, but people gave it 8s, and I don't understand how or why.
Mm-hmm.
That game's worse than Marvel's Avengers, and I'll stand on it.
I have no doubt.
It's not good.
Of course, you're a contrarian.
I'm gonna go.
Bill's right. Am I trying to make a statement here?
I think this is close. I'm gonna say Rise, Son of Rome.
Rise, Son of Rome.
But I think we're looking at like a 74-75 situation.
Well, Tavin, congratulations, because you're at this rate going to lose your game while I win mine.
Oh,
you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Denied.
Shout out Marvel's Avengers for having a score of...
Well, it won with a score of 67.
Fuck!
Yes, versus Rise, Son of Rome's 60. That being said...
Wow!
Yeah, a drop, huh? Big drop. But I will say, because...
Why did they hate on Rise that much?
Public opinion has changed, as I said.
Dude. No, it didn't change. I just think my interpretation of the reviews at the time were higher than they were.
Well, they probably were, I guess. User score, though. You were actually going to be easily winning that if that's what I was going off of, because it got a 6.5 Rise Son of Rome versus Avengers 4.9.
That's the internet being the internet.
Well, maybe they were kind of reasonable with that, Didn't
No,
exactly have,
Marvel's Avengers is a fine game.
but the model was how they did it was just.
Oh yeah,
bad.
no, yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it is a symptom of the overall issue that we've been seeing in the last 7 years. Where too many live service, too many games as service games, studios that aren't equipped to make live service games, making live service games, and failing phenomenally at it. But Marvel's Avengers still played well. I thought it still played well.
Yeah.
It still felt good. Its problem was just kind of like world design and mission structure, and just generally they just didn't have a good content loop in there.
Content loop. That's the correct.
Content was the big thing.
Which, when you're a live service game, it's kind of a
You need
key
it.
feature.
You need a lot of content. You need a lot of content. But playing as 6 characters at launch, all of them feel dramatically different. It was, and all of them felt pretty good. Impressive.
Yeah, but your streak right now is not impressive.
No, I'm losing. I'm losing real
not
hard.
a streak
I'm losing
even.
real hard.
Just don't worry, Tavin.
It's because you're pulling random bullshit like Rise Son of Rome and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier.
That's not
Nobody
random.
has thought about these games in a decade.
I have. And Rise Son of Rome. People
That's because
definitely
you're
have.
stuck in 2007.
These aren't even my favorite era of games.
Sarah sucks.
Yes, you know what? You're wrong. You're wrong. You know what year was good, though? Definitively?
Yeah?
2011. 11.
Yeah, okay, great. You have Skyrim. What else came out that year?
These 2 games.
Okay.
Rage! Yeah.
See, yeah, who's thinking about Rage in 2025?
Apparently enough people, because they got a second game.
When? When did they get a second game?
Years later.
Fucking 2017.
They still remembered it. Just like how they also remembered this game, which got a definitive edition or a special edition, Bulletstorm.
Oh, God, I love Bulletstorm.
Good memories of those
God,
2 games.
I saw
More
Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm.
I saw Bulletstorm in a IGN thumbnail this week, and I was like, "What
Oh.
the fuck are y'all doing?" Because they were talking. It was Doom, the Dark Ages. Reviews came up, and everybody likes it. It's good stuff.
Yes.
Somebody at IGN was like, "Here's all my favorite shooters," and Bulletstorm was in the thumbnail, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!
You know what
Put
you're doing.
Bulletstorm in your goddamn favorite shooters of all time
It
list."
deserves to be there.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
It does, yes. Well, Tavin, you seem to know what you're talking about.
Bulletstorm in the game club.
It is, I think. Yes.
It should be.
It should be, yeah. Congratulations. You can use the search bar. It's an amazing... Oh, it's not? Holy shit, it's not.
Holy shit, it's not.
Do it right now.
Fixing that right now. Let me tell you
Oh,
what, next month when we bring that wheel back, we got some updates to happen.
We
in
do,
there, 'cause
yes.
we got like...
It's one word, you
I don't
fucking
know
idiot,
if...
not 2.
Huh?
It's one word, not 2.
Okay.
Everyone knows that.
Bulletstorm, Banner Saga, Splinter Cell, I think LA Noire, maybe Titanfall 2, maybe Tony Hawk's Pro Skater are all going in.
Gravity Rush we put in, I think. We'll try again, but...
I don't know if we put... I'd have to go look at the list. I don't know if I updated it.
Well, what do you think win, Tavin? One.
Between Bulletstorm and Rage?
It's higher, yeah.
God, I hope it's Bulletstorm. Rage was okay.
Oh.
Bulletstorm was actually really fun. I'm gonna say Bulletstorm. I'm gonna leave with my heart here. My heart is gonna say Bulletstorm.
Follow your heart,
Better-
you will be
it had
led to
more-
the promised land.
Had more color, had more creative combat, did not have vehicle sections. Maybe that could have cost it because Rage did have vehicle sections, and I remember vehicle combat in that game being all right.
I do too. Yeah.
Both had shoot-in co-op modes.
They did, yes.
Neither of which were great. I remember Bulletstorm having more fun with Bulletstorm's co-op.
We played a lot with
But
that.
was that because it was 4-player co-op and not just 2-player co-op? So, more friends, more fun. You know what I mean?
They say more is better for the most part. And it got more...
I'm
yeah,
gonna say,
you won.
Bulletstorm,
You won.
baby! Make another one!
There you go. You're still not winning this yet, but you're on the track there.
They're never going to make another one.
No.
Nah.
But 84 is the Bulletstorm score. Proper score. I think that's a proper score compared to Rage's 81. User score is 7.6 for Bulletstorm, for Rage 6.7. So it seems like public opinion and critic opinion is on our side. Because Bulletstorm is the better game. Connor didn't get picked up in that.
Ignore it. Ignore it. I'm doing it in the background, all right?
That's me, and I was doing quiet talk, so it's my bad. I'm so sorry.
Bulletstorm's better than Rage.
Sorry. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, but are these...
God, Rage 2 sucked.
Yeah, it was not great,
good.
no. The first one was better.
First one wasn't great.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
In moments.
I remember, like, the city you go to, the Dead City, that was a cool level. And something in the beginning, the first, like, bandit encampment, those were the parts I remember. Nothing else.
All I remember is a lot of brown. I remember some city in the desert.
That was the one that is the rundown
city. It was like
city.
in a canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember some
that one
like neon signs there. And then all I remember from that is there's some like challenge room where you like run through a bunch of rooms and kill a bunch of enemies and like flames come up and like circular saw blades will come flying in at you that you have to dodge. And then all I ever remember, this is a very linear game that tried to pretend to be open world.
Yeah.
Is like a bridge, a railing bridge, and a psycho running at me and throwing they had like a
boomerang.
Yeah, it was like a boomerang weapon made out of like machete blades that you would throw, and it would like cut limbs off. And I just remember throwing that, cutting his head off, and being like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah.
And that's all I remember about that game. I remember maybe what the assault rifle looked like. Was it just an AK-47? I don't remember.
Yeah, kind of.
It was like a
modified,
like a duct taped up, like Mad Max styled AK-47. Yeah, that game was just trying to be Mad Max and just kind of didn't really get there.
It was that Mad Max game.
They did make a Mad Max game. People liked that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vehicle combat in that game was really good from what I heard.
Cool grappling hooks I saw on, I think, at one point.
Was that by the Just Cause team? Am I wrong in that?
I think it was, yeah. Because Eidos Montreal.
It feels like a... No, that's not the Just Cause team.
Who's the Just Cause team?
Avalanche?
The Square Enix.
Yeah, it is Square Enix, but I want to say it's Avalanche Studios, something like that.
Avalanche Studios, yeah.
Look at me.
There you go.
Did they make Mad Max?
Well, I guess I can just look at I can go to the Wikipedia Avalanche and then go from there.
Two bases in a box canyon.
It's very notable. Mad Max, yep.
Mad Max, look at me.
They did that.
Look at me. Huh?
2015, huh?
What was the last thing they did? Just Cause 4?
I think so, yeah.
4 or 5? Did they make 5 of those?
The last thing they did was Rage 2.
Fuck.
They got Contraband coming out to be announced.
I've heard about Contraband. Are they still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're still going. Well, actually, let me double check.
The last thing they did was Rage 2.
Yeah.
When did Just Cause 4 come out?
The year before, in 2018. Rage 2 came out in 2019.
Rage 2 came out in 2019, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You thought it was older?
Yeah. Much older.
8 years in the making.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it seems like a... Oh, okay.
That game came out the same year as Death Stranding, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Not really.
Yes, really.
It's crazier things,
Rage 2 came out the same year as Sekiro?
Yeah.
That's not crazy to you? That's fucking crazy.
What
were we doing making Rage 2 in 2019? Who was asking for that? Nobody. No, you weren't.
I was.
No, you weren't.
I was, yes.
You definitely weren't asking for the Rage 2 we ended up with.
No, I was not. But, you take what you get.
I remember when they announced that, both of us going,
what? Yeah, surprised.
Why?
So, funny about that, Phil, it was not necessarily a tie.
It was not a movie tie-in.
It was not a tie. It came out around the same time.
It came around the same time. They made it for the movie, but it was not a movie tie-in.
And I haven't played this game, so there's a chance I'm wrong. But from my knowledge, the villain of that game is Scrotus. Scrotus, yes, it's supposed to be that way. He's in Furiosa. He's one of Immortan Joe's sons.
It's a prequel game, isn't it? Isn't it like a prequel to like all of it?
Yeah, and he was one of his sons. And Furiosa's a prequel to like... It takes place years and years before Mad Max Fury Road
But the game was like a prequel before even like the first Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it takes place in between those two films.
You ever seen those movies?
The Mad Max one?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Any of them? The old ones? One that is not Fury Road.
No, I've only seen Fury Road and Furiosa. Well, it takes place after those, before Fury Road, the game.
I thought the game took place before the first movie.
No, I don't think they do because once again, you also fight. No, definitely not the first one because well, they actually may have done it out of order because the first one's like the one that's first in the timeline takes place when the world's still falling apart. Like there's still grass and whatnot.
That must have been like number 3 or some shit.
No, 3 was Thunderdome.
Because the first, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Because the first movie, he's already Mad Max.
Yeah, so it might have been the second. That's the thing. The first, I've never watched them, so I can't comment exactly. But yeah, Scrotus was a character in Fury Road. He shows up in. Was he in Fury Road? I don't remember him being in Fury Road. But
isn't he like? Is he not the main dude of the convoy or whatever? Like the big dude?
No, that's the other son, Brutus.
Oh, okay.
Like
Brutus, Scrotus and Brutus. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. We're really doing our best here.
We are. Those are good names. But final one, Tavin.
Oh, we have another one.
Oh, this is the last one.
Oh,
you
I
haven't
thought
won
we were
yet.
done. I thought we were done.
You're on the path to winning.
Oh, okay.
It's 2-2.
Is it really?
It is. Yes.
Oh, see, you counted me out.
Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I could have the same record as you by the end of this. You were talking all that shit.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Same record.
Because you got 3. You got 3 out of. You missed 2 on mine.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
We'll find out.
This is going to be though a user score.
Fuck off.
Yes, indeed. That is between 2 entries in a fighting game.
Fuck off.
Third game in the series.
Fuck off.
Hey, what's wrong?
I don't know shit about this, and you know I don't.
I know you don't. But again, neither does Phil, so that was the point. It was going to be like guess who's more intelligent about fighting games.
The thing about this game, Connor, is I think this game is great for making TikToks. But you pick games that nobody's gonna fucking care about.
Oh, these ones I will. So the games are Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Fight for the Future.
Okay.
I don't know how many fucking Third Strikes there are. It seems like I've seen 3 of them, but this is the only one on Metacritic, so that's what I'm going for. Against Soul Calibur 3, both of which got 86s. But which one got a higher user score? I don't know. Which one did?
I'm gonna say Soul Calibur 3.
Unfortunately, Tavin, you and me tied. Yes, that is it. But I was surprised this was the case. Well, I guess not entirely.
I don't hear a lot about Street Fighter 3.
What?
I don't hear a lot about Street Fighter 3.
Not Third Strike?
No.
Oh, well.
I mean, I've heard Third Strike before, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one I've heard of many, many times. Of course, people like Street Fighter 2 Turbo a lot, and 4, of course, and 6 now.
I know a lot of these games get like 17 editions.
They do, yeah.
Or at least like up till 4. They didn't really do a lot of editions for 5, and they've yet to do one for 6.
They did like Ultimate Edition for 5, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's par for the course for basically any game nowadays. Never in my life. I don't remember quite.
You don't gotta.
So the user score 7.9 for Third Strike to 8.5 for Soul Calibur 3. I will say the Soul Calibur Metacritic scores are high. Like, I mean, high.
People like them.
Like 97s.
Are we getting
like
another one of those?
What?
We're getting another one of those.
We're getting Virtua Fighter. We'll probably inevitably get another Soul Calibur, but the only one that's really coming back is Virtua Fighter.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go, Tavin. You won. I won. We're both winners today.
Hey, look at us.
Isn't this great?
Just a couple of winners. 2 pairs of winners
nice.
showing up to work, doing their jobs.
Jesus, this entire episode has been like
just 2 guys just
I'm gonna
showing
take a
up and
knife
doing what they said they would do.
Dab Phil with it.
The bare minimum. Showing up and talking into a microphone for an hour. Look at us.
It's hard work.
Look at us. Connor, I have no idea how I'm going to be able to have time to play Doom the Dark Ages.
You have a whole year to.
It comes out in like 5 days.
And you have a whole year to do it. Put it off.
When does Death Stranding 2 come out?
June 26th. So, what are you so busy with video game wise?
Play Obscure.
You can play that and play
And this fucking game club bullshit that I put myself into that I really wish I hadn't. But I do at the same time because it's a lot of fun to do.
And also, if that was your problem, you could have chosen, because it was your choice, a game that's not MGS4.
Yeah, I could have.
You could have.
I could have.
Oh, well.
Probably could have chosen an easier or a better game.
Probably could have.
Not an easier game. Game's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Boss fights are kind of tough, though.
I'll find out.
A little tough. They're a little tough. No?
I'll see if you're overreacting.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your latest episode of the Piggy Bank. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Let us know down below if you got all of the landscaping beaches correct. Let us know if you did better than me in meta battle. And let us know what you're playing down below. And remember, until next time, have a great time. Connor, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye.